Anytime you travel halfway across the world and then jump in an off-road vehicle and travel for 10 hours up into the Andes, you just hope that it's going to be worthwhile.
We wanted to do something we knew that was different, and this one actually started out as the world's largest domino toppling display.
We realised that just toppling dominoes could get a little bit boring, so we decided to develop it and topple up other stuff. We had to tailor the objects that we toppled to suit the kind of town, and they had to be things that fit with the people who lived there, like dominoes to larger things like bars of soap and tape cassettes. And there were bigger things still, like suitcases, until eventually it kind of climaxes with huge cars. But it all, at the end of the commercial, resolves in lots of books toppling to create a huge pint of Guinness. We looked at a number of towns up in the northwest of Argentina. We found the town of Iruja perched up high in the mountains at 3,000 metres. Even though Iruja was by far the most difficult location we could have picked, it was just perfect.
It's actually been really nice to work on something that is big from the beginning. You knew it was going to be tough to find a location. What's unique about an environment like this is the actual passage in. So, you know, you are travelling 48 kilometres over dirt roads, crossing 12 rivers which could flood at any time. So it was pretty challenging. We've been here for a month now, Nikolai and I. And most of the prep crew have been here for 2 weeks, testing all the time. The local people have kind of been slightly bemused, so we have pretty much moved in. We have 140 crew plus 130 extras in a town that only has 1,000 residents. I don't think we could have pulled this off anywhere else. Casting means like 18 days of casting. We went to 5 different towns. You know, they don't work as extras, they don't work as actors, so it was difficult to explain them, and we found great people.
My name is Ernesto Molina Ibedia. I'm a local production designer. We are here with 26 trucks of stuffs. We have 10,000 books, 70 wardrobes, 50 fridges, 400 tires, 6 cars. I have a list like that.
I'm used to working with normal dominoes. So small size, all the same shape. This is something completely different. To get the things to topple, you have to put it in such a position that it's on the edge of already falling. It's like being on the edge of what's possible.
The domino room here, that's really our terrain. We know what we're doing there. They've designed a really strange structure on which we have to think somewhere around 7,000 dominoes on the table.
My name's Kelly Kirby. I do special effects. Essentially, I just am involved in all things that fall, except for dominoes. It's the first time I've had to do something like this so far away from any of the resources I'm accustomed to. We're making everything with rocks, and we stack things on rocks, and then we push them over and hope that all of them fall. It's quite an achievement to be able to do it practically, especially when we're balancing cars.
Ready? Roll cameras. Action.
This has been, in my whole life, this has been the toughest shoot I've ever been in my whole life. We're dealing with high altitude, you know, we're far away from everything, but it's pretty good. We've done so many shots. We only have 20 rolls left of film. That was okay, that was great, so it's going pretty well.
It was Nikolai's idea to have this enormous structure created from thousands of books that would topple upwards.
Well, we have been preparing some plates. These are mock-up books. They are not the final ones. They are not how you're going to look, but very similar. And this is exactly the kind of movement we're going to try to imitate, but in a more controlled way.
The people in and around Arusia that were in the commercial were fantastic. They really threw themselves into it. Nikolai throws a kind of mad enthusiasm into everything that he does. He always gets a lot of energy and a lot of commitment out of everyone else that's around him, and in such a difficult location to pull off, he was just the only man for the job.
I like it. Good job, guys!
I think we're going to shoot. I think you should move.
It's very difficult to work with the cars. I love the faces, but they have really no tradition of acting. So it's very tough for me to direct them.
But they are so quiet and have such less problems than the people in the cities. It's good.
So here we are on the last morning of the shoot. It's a crack of dawn and we're trekking up the mountain to about 3,000 feet.
But do we want the goats down here?
Yeah, the goats are already...
Nikolai is unlike any other director we've ever worked with. He's a complete lunatic, but a good lunatic.
Feels good to be done here in a couple of hours, and we'll have a great party, and that'll be the end of that. Fantastic, huh?
Let's go, Nerder.
Can you put your shirt back on now?
We really are substituting the most important thing, the pint, taking into account all the reference that we got from Illusion. So we have a box full of books here. All the books have different number of pages, different thickness, different colors, different everything. What we end up is this. This in a way emulates exactly how the guys in Illusion did it for us, because all the prop department did a rig for us. So we're basically trying to copy the same approach. I think in total was 485 books. The implications of having so many books meant that the machines could barely cope. For me, this is probably one of the most difficult projects, because you cannot see the pine until you hit the render button. So basically it was a task of going back and forth again and again and again and again and again and again and again until we got it right.